Okay, round 3, the finals. Not gonna keep this one. Looks like my opponent is also mulliganing, which is good news for us. This one's a keep, however. It's actually a fine hand. Opponent mulls to 5 and keeps it 5. On the play, of course. All right. Reducing stature. Let's be honest, winning us games. And that is very surprising since that card has been overwhelmingly underwhelming. Overwhelmingly underwhelming. I said it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Yeah, it has not been so good for me in the past, but it definitely won us that last game. So, all right, Jamocha captain. It's an example of one that's not so good against reducing stature. Not so good against Jamocha captain. So we'll get in, drop a dragon, and pass. Oh, that's nice. All right, see if he's got the center soul. No, sir. Good draw, but cannot currently play it. No big 6 drop. Maybe it's a grip full of lands, I'm not sure. Let's see who's got the Reach of Shadows, perhaps. Secure the Waste. Deathwind, alright. Just waiting for a 7 drop. Here it is. Hopefully it's something I can reduce in stature. Or a 9 drop. We got Sipzig Muck Draggers. Alright. Did he get something back with that? He didn't, because he just had enough to cast it. Stratus Dancer's not bad, so I don't need to reduce in stature yet. I'm actually going to just get in with Familiar. Drop Dancer and pass. All right. Counter pretty much anything with Stratus Dancer at this point. Like that, for example. Sorcerer is nice. Opponent is in top deck mode, and we have lethal next turn, as well as the ability to counter a creature spell, which is nice. Guess I don't care about that. Alright, so we'll play the sorcerer. Just get lethal down. We don't even have to exploit. Alright, so beat our opponent's mulligan to 5. Not soundly or like amazingly, but we did. Black-white deck with Abzan Runemark is also not too scary against us. I mean, we do have Aven Surveyor and we have Sidisi's Faithful, so that's kind of nice. Other than that, not a ton of information about our opponent's deck. Deathwind, Dramoka Captain. All right. Any sideboard options we want to do here? I don't think so. If I see pacifism, I'll consider this. But other than that, I don't think so. I think we're just going to run it again. Yeah, I think we keep this. If I miss my land drop, at least I can play the Faithful as like a blocker, which helps. So if you play as like a Dramoka Captain or Dramoka Warrior rather. Alright, I might play the Faithful. The reason not to play the Faithful would be because we know he's running Abzan Runemark, but I think we're going to wait one turn more just in case. Alright, did not play the Runemark. Captain's pretty insane for him there. It's going to be a tougher one. Alright, you're in a pretty rough spot now. Trying to think what our best. I mean, I can do Faithful and bounce Captain. Might be my best play. Buys me a turn. Alright. Yeah, I guess so. That way, if I draw an island, I can play a sorcerer to block a Lightwalker after he pumps with the Captain. So we'll make him pay the mana again to replay the Captain. So not ideal, but I suppose better than discarding. All right. Oh, multiple 2-drops. Well, we're in a bit of trouble now. But I guess we do have Silumgar Sorcerer now. I'm trying to think what my best play here is. Leave up Sorcerer to exploit and counter, or play Beltoll Dragon to trade. Neither of those are great, but I don't mind playing the Dragon, I guess. The Captain's going to be a big deal, though. Not sure I have too many luxuries. Let's play the dragon. Guess I offer the block with the light walker. It's got one less toughness, but it's better with his captain. Oh. Well, I guess I still get to trade with the light walker, so it's not the worst, but now I need to basically just play a creature as a chump blocker. So I can play a creature as a man. I wish I could play Surveyor this turn. Can also play Reduce in Stature, but brings me to 2. It's either Reduce in Stature or a chump block. Neither of those options seem great. So let me think. I go to 2. He gets to play Dramoka Captain. And then maybe I draw a land and play a Surveyor. All right, we'll try it. For some reason, I feel like the Sorcerer could still somehow do something in this game. I could also draw a land and rip a illusory gains, I guess. I guess if he has another dash, I'm dead too. Didn't really think about that. All right, so he gets Butcher's Glee or illusory gains. I guess neither of which are, well, would have liked the Butcher's Glee, but I'm actually not sure which one he's going to take. Maybe the gains? I don't know. I feel like he must think he can probably beat me before I can play a Butcher's Glee for anything. So maybe the gains is the right choice. I'm sure that's all he's pondering. I mean, he's only got 2 choices, so he's clearly either, I mean, yeah, I don't know. He's tanking on it too, I guess. Ultimately went with the life gain. I mean, yeah, I don't fault him for it. All right, so we go to 2. Plays the captain. Draw a land, I definitely go. All right, I think we go Surveyor Bounce. That way I can still trade with the captain too. So I can, no, actually, what am I talking? I can't bounce the Skirmisher. So I guess we Surveyor Bounce captain. Yeah. To trade with the Skirmisher. And then I have to go illusory gains, maybe? Or a Necromancer Dragon, I guess. Depends on what he plays this turn, I suppose. All right. So even if he plays 2 creatures here, I can illusory gains. If he only plays 1 creature, I've got the Necromancer Dragon, which is nice. Although, maybe it is better to just play gains. Muck Draggers getting back Skirmishers, so we can dash next turn. So, since he can dash, I think the play is illusory gains on Muck Draggers. That way, problem is dash is so good against illusory gains, but I don't think I have a choice. Basically, I'm going to take a Muck Draggers. He's going to dash. It's going to swap to that. He's not going to be able to attack, but it's kind of just the beginning of the end there, but I guess I do it anyway. I don't really have a choice. So basically he dashes and I take temporarily his dash creature and then I lose it. So I lose my illusory gains and the Muck Draggers and the Skirmisher. So doesn't pan out that well for me, especially considering he's going to have 3 creatures. So I think that is actually just going to be it. And I think that's it. So I've got 7. I can play the dragon. I guess he already knows about it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're definitely dead. Tried my best. So we'll go to game 3, and might make some sideboard changes here. I like reducing stature less. I certainly like illusory gains less. Now that I know he's got the Skirmisher. It's always sad when Skirmisher's ability is actually good, or when Skirmisher is good for that matter, because typically the card's just pretty underwhelming, but not this time. All right, so opponent's got a enduring victory. Okay, reducing stature seems less good, but may want it anyway. Maybe we swap illusory gains for will of the Naga. I think I want this Skullkeeper. I want more early defense. So I should probably cut... I think I said reducing stature isn't that good. I don't think reducing stature is that good against him. He's got a lot of aggressive early stuff, so reducing stature is pretty underwhelming against that, I would say. Okay, let's try this out. We'll play first. It's a good hand. We get to go morphed Stratus Dancer into Youthful Scholar. Or I could just cast the Stratus Dancer. That's not bad either. I feel like my mana is going to be busy for a while, so it's not the worst idea. I might actually... This is going to get Butcher's Glee. I think I'm going to play a turn 2 Stratus Dancer. I'm trying to think of the other non-creature spells I saw from my opponent. Deathwind. So that is one I could do, but I don't know. Well, no, I guess I'm slightly less inclined. But am I going to be able to keep up the mana? Not for a while. Even if he's trying to play around it, I'm trying to think if I want to be on the aggressive here. I think I'm going to be on the aggressive. I don't know if this is right, but this game will let us find out. Because I'm thinking Youthful Scholar is going to be a nice little, you know, ground gunk, essentially. Ooh, Skullkeeper helps, actually. As long as it doesn't mill Soul Flare and Will the Naga. But we'll see. Alright. Actually, you know, Palace Familiar is not a bad one to mill, since now I could rip a Soul Flare and cast a turn 4 4/4 flying, which is actually really good. Alright. This beatdown plan's not the worst. Let's see if he's got the Deathwind. No Deathwind. Alright. Well, I'm already pretty happy with the Stratus Dancer decision. Guy's already gotten in for 4. Now we've got a huge board as well as the Surveyor in hand, so I'd say we're doing all right. He knows about the Surveyor too, so it's probably Deathwind now, I guess. It's fine. Let's bash in. Drowner here is just so sick. Yeah. So get in for 4, Drowner, Sack Scholar. Just get just a ridiculous amount of value. So draw first, see what we need. Sorcerer, Douse and Gloom. Kind of like the Sorcerer. It's another flying creature and potential to counter. You know, creatures. Got Surveyor for creatures I'm worried about, I guess. Still get to attack into Lightwalker too, which is nice. Alright. I'm not even gonna... I'm just gonna let him trade here. Or he can take it. That works too. I feel like he should probably trade, but... Oh, maybe he's got Artful Maneuver. Coat with Venom. Guess I sack it to High Priest. So basically trade a Coat with Venom for a 2/4, downgraded into a 2/2, which is still pretty good in my mind. So, and we get to leave up Silumgar Sorcerer, sacking the Manifest. I guess more likely the Skullkeeper. And he doesn't know about the Sorcerer right now either, which is also nice. So, him being able to double bolster, I think, is completely irrelevant. So this is interesting. Can actually attack with both. Yeah, and then just, yeah, this is actually pretty good. So you can double bolster, and then I'll just sacrifice. whatever creature he blocks, 'cause it doesn't matter. Another land I didn't want to draw anyway, so that's no biggie. He can Enduring Victory as Skullkeeper. He's just bolstering. Oh yeah, I probably should have waited for bolster, shouldn't I? I mean, it just turns out he was... It did turn out that was his plan anyway, which it was, but there was really no reason I shouldn't have... Yeah, I didn't exactly do that correctly. Alright, 2 cards left in hand. I think I just pass. I can Surveyor next turn, and now I can leave up Sorcerer. Guess I can't counter that. Alright, well, I think we're sorcering now. That's actually a pretty good draw. Alright, so let's go get our 8th land. Surveyor. Bounce the Lightwalker. I'm just going to let him eat that. Follow up with Acid Spear Dragon and pass. He's got to leave up bolster. And even if he does... Oh, I guess he doesn't have to leave up bolster. No, he does. He needed to. But now I kill him with a dragon. So, alright. Got the draft, which is kind of sweet. Alright. So 1 and 8-4. Very satisfying. And drafted a deck I had some concerns about. Like I said, I haven't had a ton of success with blue-black. I even made some errors in match 1 and 2 and still managed to get a victory. So very satisfied. I hope you enjoyed it. And the next draft will also be an 8-4 because I won this one. So we'll see you for the next one.